Hello everyone, I'm Trey Rich and you're watching The Buzz. On today's show we have social media star Kelianne Stankus. In our artist spotlight we have Public. Then we talk to Dexter Darden from Peacock's Saved by the Bell reboot. And finally we have Bayardo De Murguia to talk about the new Netflix show Tiny Pretty Things. Wow, that's my stripper name! Ha ha! It's another great show, so sit back while we roll that intro.
Hi, my name is Tucker and let's get buzzed.
Kelianne Stankus is killing it on social media. Recently, she just joined the Triller compound, and now she's releasing a Christmas song with her friends Taylor Holder and Nate Wyatt, aka The Trio. She's up first to tell us all about it. Let's take a look.
I'm Kelianne Stankus. I am a gymnast, an actress, a singer, a TikToker, social media content creator. The list goes on and on.
Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kelianne. Subscribe for more videos. I know it's been a couple weeks since you last saw me, so let's just update you with my life. Let's go. So this is my new house. It's kind of small. Just kidding, it's really big. Too big. I think it's too big.
Literally, the house that I live in is insane. So I'm looking at it right now. Like, every day I think, wow, like I am extremely blessed to be where I am today. Every single day. It's incredible. I think this started like 5 years ago. When I was 18, I was still competing in gymnastics, and I stopped competing, and I decided I wanted to move to Los Angeles just to do the entertainment industry. I wanted to dance, I wanted to act, I wanted to do it all. So 5 years ago, I moved to Los Angeles to, take over the entertainment industry. So it kind of started 5 years ago. So it's been a slow, steady race. But just this year, everything kind of started falling into place and taking off.
I'ma bring it closer than we ever been before. Let me show you what Christmas is about.
I did musical theater growing up when I was in school, so singing has definitely always been a part of me. And my family is so musically inclined. Like, my dad can play any instrument, and so can my brothers. So I was always at the gym training while my brothers were at music class. So music has always been a part of me. Like, I can play drums, I can play the guitar, I can play ukulele. So it's always been a part of me. I've always wanted to do it. My family has always been super supportive. I know when I first moved out here, they always believed in me, they always supported me, which is always nice to have, because it's really nice to have your parents back you up in what you want to do. At first, they were kind of like, whoa, like, this is actually happening for you. Like, they're so proud of me. So I'm super blessed to have parents that are, like, super supportive of me.
You hear the voice of an angel near as happiness fills the air, just so you know.
Taylor, Nate, and I have always wanted to, like, do a song together, and I was just thinking, like, what better than to do a Christmas song? Like, a perfect time to, like, get together, make something fun for our fans, and I kind of just went from there. We thought about, like, doing a cover, but I was like, no, like, we should really try to create our own Christmas song, because we can have that forever. Like, every Christmas we can go back to it and listen to it. And I thought that was really important for us to have, like, a memory forever.
The Trio is such an amazing name. Who thought of that?
You know what? It kind of started from TikTok. Everyone just kind of started calling us The Trio, and we just kind of went with it.
Taking a picture of you, taking a picture of me, taking a picture.
I mean, luckily my fans I really have amazing fans. They're so sweet. They're so nice to me. I mean, I do have those comments that are very mean, but my fans definitely come in and they attack. It's funny to watch. I used to really, like, care about what people thought of me. And I've kind of let that go doing social media. I used to doubt myself all the time. And one day I realized, like, this is my life. I'm going to do what I love. I'm going to do what I think is right. I'm going to do what I love to do, and no one's going to stop me. So I would just say, don't let other people's thoughts control what you do.
Besides the physical aspects, what's more pressure for you when you were on that world stage doing gymnastics, or being now called an influencer and everything you do is under a microscope?
That's a great question. Obviously, gymnastics is so nerve-wracking, and we train every single day for it. And this social media world is also like nerve-wracking. Like, I'm putting my life out there. They're definitely two different things. But I would have to say probably the most nerve-wracking thing out of it all was when I performed on the Ellen Show. Like, I was so nervous for that. Like, even competing at World Championships, like, yes, I was nervous, but I trained for it. I was prepared for it. I worked every single day to compete at World Championships. And, like, the Ellen Show, I dreamed of being on the Ellen Show ever since I was young. And so to actually be on it, it was so nerve-wracking for me. I've never been that nervous in my entire life. Next year, I plan on pursuing my solo career. So I've been in the studio, been in writing sessions, and I'm currently working on that. So I'm super, super excited to share that with everyone. So like my whole TikTok kind of started during COVID. It was just a fun time for me to be with my best friends and create content together. And everyone started loving it. And I think we're making these videos during this hard time, and I think it's a good relief for people to sit and watch these funny videos when the world is just super chaotic. So it motivates me every single day to make these videos for everyone, because this world is insane right now. So if I can make someone's day a little better by watching a video, then I'm going to do that.
You feel like Christmas. So baby, why you fall for me? Fall like a snowy winter day. Won't you come on over by the fire? I'ma bring you close.
So he's been amazing. He makes me like separate like the social media world and like being in the moment with him. So like on the weekends, like I try not to work. I try to just be there with him and do things just me and him, and everything. I don't post everything we do because I like it to be personal. I like it to feel like real and in the moment.
Mwah. If you don't like the way I talk, then why am I on your mind?
So I've definitely been pushing him to like get more comfortable in front of the camera. Like I've been encouraging him to like start making his own TikToks. So at first it like wasn't super natural for him, but he's been working super hard and he's been getting better at it. Yeah. All my social medias are Kelianne Stankus. My TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. What else is there? Snapchat. It's all Kelianne Stankus, so you can find me just by my name. Hi, my name is Kelianne Stankus, and you've just been buzzed.
Feels Like Christmas is out now on all streaming platforms. Don't go anywhere. We have Dexter Darden up next from Saved by the Bell. We'll be right back.
This is the moment.
Monday, The Voice two-night finale begins.
The fire! I felt it!
With Blake and Gwen's special duet, and you decide who will win. The Voice finale, live Monday and Tuesday on NBC.
Dexter Darden plays Devontae Young on the Saved by the Bell reboot, and if he looks familiar to you, he also played Fry Pan in the Maze Runner franchise. We have him up next to talk about the pressure of taking part in such an iconic show.
What's going on, guys? My name is Dexter Darden. I'm an actor, singer, dancer, and I'm so excited to be doing this interview with us.
Can we talk?
Did you just sit backwards in a chair? Wow, I've never seen anyone do that in real life.
It's not gonna work unless we get to know them.
You only know how Bayside works for kids like you.
Hot kids, privileged kids. Privileged kids.
Bayside, it's where I finally felt like I belong. This place is magic.
Damn, I love magic!
Hey, Max, actually, I ordered cheese on mine.
Take a look in your pocket.
Does this place ever stop being weird?
Yeah, so the audition came through my agent, and my manager, and I looked at the role and I read the script and I was like, dang, Devontae, this kid kind of sounds a lot like me, you know? But then I called my team back and I was like, are we sure Saved by the Bell is the next move? And they were like, this is a different twist. Check out Tracy Wakefield. So I started going in and I started diving in and doing my research because I love the original Saved by the Bell. But, you know, I really was looking to dive into something that really had a lot of heart into it. And then I read this script and I fell in love with it. And I went on the audition and I remember calling my agents and my managers and being like, I don't know if there's a character that's more suited for me than Devontae Young. And so I'm so happy that I get the opportunity to play him and, you know, kind of bring a new twist to Bayside. Yeah, so a lot has changed. You know, Bayside in the early 90s was not going to be the same in 2020. There's been technological advances. There's been social media. There's been things that have just grown in time. And so what we really try to do is bring the grounded reality between what life is like in Bayside and then what life is like on the outside of Bayside and how to mesh the two. Because, you know, I think a lot of the time what we get caught up in our world specifically is people not really wanting to give on their side. They get used to their normal and don't really want to see the side of the other person's point of view. And so what Saved by the Bell really does a great job of doing is really showing multiple point of views and hoping to find a happy medium.
So with doing this, how much have you pulled from your school experiences to add to this character?
I mean, you know, like when in doing this and doing Devontae, I don't think people from my school or people from my neighborhood have even really gotten the opportunity to see a character like myself on television in terms of being in a world like Bayside. You know, I grew up in not the best area in a city called Camden, New Jersey, and my mom really worked her butt off to get me out of it. But in terms of going to school and seeing kids on television that, you know, come from a lesser area, having the opportunity to redefine themselves and to be exposed to a newer culture, you know, that's not something we're really used to seeing. And so one thing I really love about all the feedback that I'm getting, especially from the younger African-American community, is how these kids are now having the opportunity to say, yo, I can see myself on TV and understand that I have another option outside of just being a basketball player, a drug dealer, or a rapper. There's other things for me and other avenues of life that I can explore. And thanks to Saved by the Bell, I got the chance to see it.
I have way too much on my plate.
There's a way to increase productivity.
Are those caffeine pills? At first, they're so exciting. And then it gets even more exciting. But after that, it gets so scary. And in the end, you ruin your girl group's shot at a recording contract.
In terms of cancel culture and in terms of all these people being X for saying one thing wrong or doing one thing wrong, you know, we're fortunate enough to where everybody has an opinion and now everybody has a chance to voice their opinion. And so, you have to go into this life and go into this industry specifically, knowing that you're not going to always make everybody happy. But what are you doing to make yourself happy? And so that's all I really try to do. I just try to make myself happy and in return, hopefully put a smile on somebody else's face.
You said earlier your mom was instrumental of working her butt off and getting you out of the,
that's my
current living, survival and everything else. Do you look back on everything and take a chance to breathe and like, yo, what is my life right now?
Yeah, you know what? Speaking of which, you really just hit home because last night I was driving home from my play little brother out here in LA. He just turned 17, so we did like a social distance birthday party for him in the backyard. And on my way home, I drove by my first Saved by the Bell billboard. And I just pulled over and I just stopped. And it was at a bus stop that I probably used to take when I first moved out to LA. And so that was the first real moment when I got the chance to sit back and say, oh man, like, God, what are you doing? You know, the universe, what are you doing? And how am I just getting so caught up in the work that I'm not really able to appreciate this kind of thing? And I sat on that little bus stop for about 5 minutes and the bus almost pulled up on me. I was like, I don't need it right now. I got my car. But, you know, just kind of had that moment of humbleness to just kind of sit back and say, you know what, you've done good. You did good. And it's okay to say I did good, you know? And so that was the first time that I really had an opportunity to sit back and watch it and just see that kind of thing happen.
Next time that save me. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking.
So, you know, like I really found a new love for social media throughout quarantine. I got to be honest, because I'm not really a social media head. I'm kind of like, when the Maze Runner stuff started, it was like the brink of Twitter and Instagram. And so, you know, a lot of that fan base and following was because of that. But now I just find that you really have a lot of power when you press post. You know, and so how I use my power and how I use that platform as a mode to influence, you know, and as a mode to inspire is what I've really been getting my love and enjoyment from out of it. So you're right. To all of those people who are following me and who are appreciating me and supporting me throughout my journey, I just owe them nothing but love and respect, and I'm truly humble and grateful for them. Well, right now, thanks to the great acclaim that the series has been receiving and, you know, the way that it's been critically acclaimed, but also fan approved, we're trying to figure out a way, and hopefully from my lips to God's ears, to start going into season 2. So that is my next focus right now immediately, just so I can know how to adjust my schedule afterwards. But I'm really looking forward into getting to producing now, you know, producing TV and producing content on TV and film and also being a part of it. But I want to start getting my hands in other pots, you know, like there's so much creativity that's happening in this world and so many untapped juices that I have, but the world has and my friends have. So finally getting to a place where I can start giving them the platform and the opportunity to start expressing themselves through my own creative vision as well. So that's my next goal, man. I really I'm interested in behind the scenes as well as I'm interested in being in front of the scenes. And so, you know, hopefully diving more into creating projects that other people can appreciate as well. What's going on, guys? My name is Dexter Darden, and you've just been buzzed.
You can watch the Saved by the Bell reboot streaming on Peacock right now. Stay right there. We have Public up next in our Artist Spotlight.
Wanna get to know you. Yeah. 'Cause there's something about your smile that I can't quite place.
Public just released their new hit single Splash a few days ago along with the music video, and we talked to them about being creative during the pandemic. Let's take a look.
Well, Ben and I were jamming in high school. We've known each other for a long time, but in high school is kind of when we discovered music. And so Ben and I would jam in his basement a little bit, and he kind of gravitated towards the drums because of jazz band in the school. And then one day I walked in on Matt playing bass in the lunchroom, and I was like, "Yo, come jam with me and my friend, and let's be in a band called Public." Not really, but
yeah. So we kind of got together in high school is like the easiest answer.
Right? Yes. Yeah. I'm John. I sing and I play guitar.
I'm Matt. I play bass, a little bit of synth, and some singing.
I'm Ben. I'm the drummer in the band, and I play guitar sometimes too.
And frontman of the band.
That's right. Secret lead vocalist.
Wanna get to know you. Yeah. 'Cause there's something about your smile that I can't quite place. What's your favorite color?
I mean, we've been doing so much writing during quarantine, like that just didn't stop at all. In fact, it like kicked up because we were on tour before COVID and stuff. And so we were like about to go and do writing with people in person, and we got like a couple sessions in before COVID and stuff, but then it was ended. So, but we haven't like written about the quarantine. I think our music kind of trends a little more sentimental and like loving and emotional. And so I don't know, the stuff that we've written has just kind of stayed on that theme of like trying to like connect with a person or you know, we love songs. I mean, you can't write too many love songs. That's a theme.
Never.
But you know, I will say like I don't feel particularly inspired to like write about the quarantine. I think I'd rather give people stuff that feels like this isn't going on, you know, kind of keep the same strides. When you listen to it, maybe you can forget a little bit that you can't go to that party or that, you know, a loved one is struggling or something. So I don't know. I just haven't felt like I've wanted to write about a pandemic or anything.
Yeah.
Closer, closer. Baby, we can take the night, make it shine like gold. I just wanna take you dancing, charm your best friend to meet your parents. Aren't you busy making plans with all the boys just to make me jealous?
Yeah, this was a quarantine song. This was a song we built in quarantine, I think in April. So that was, I think, the first product we had gotten out of a write that we were like, wow, this could be like a song that we launched. This could be a real thing. And I think it also gave us a lot of confidence going into future writes, like, hey, if Splash, you know, came about this way, then we've got so many other songs we can flesh out this way. And it kind of goes along with the idea thing where it was like mainly the pre-chorus, post-chorus riff, and that was kind of like it at the time. And it was like, hey, if you guys vibe with this, like, let's go along with it. You know, I've got a few keywords that could help kind of guide us in terms of the lyrical content. But it wasn't like a done product. It was very much like, we don't know how this is going to work out, so might as well put it on the table. And if it sticks, then it sticks.
Yeah, the world still needs new music, definitely.
I think what might have changed our minds about it was that our team seemed really excited about it right when they heard it, which is a really good sign for us. I think anything that sparks their interest and their kind of creativity is a really, really good step for us, especially in quarantine. It's not like, hey guys, you need to, you know, release new music because like the last song you released was in March. It was like, wow, let's get this out because this is cool. And I think that's the biggest change. We never want to release music just to release music. I think we want to have it be something that we all love.
Yeah, and kind of to your comment about like, you know, is being insensitive or anything like that. Like, I think with everything that's been happening like the past like 6-8 months or whatever, like there's so many things that are happening right now that I feel like people don't know how to react to, and I think it makes everybody kind of freak out a little bit. And it can be really tough to know what is the right move on some fronts. But I think, I mean, at least for me, like as I've just processed through it, and like we've kept working, like we're still trying to make a living too. You know, it's like this is a thing, and hearing how happy this kind of stuff makes people, I think that is a really, really honest lens to look at it through, at least for us, is that like this song makes us happy, and I know that maybe even especially with like some of the stuff people are going through right now, like if this is gonna make you smile, like that's a great thing for us. That's a win in our book. You know, it's we're putting stuff out there we've worked on, and we know this is gonna make some people happy, which it's like, is it world changing? Like, no, but it's happy. It's happy music though, you know. It's like, and it's what we do.
It doesn't have to change the world.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing for us to keep doing.
All across the board, the band is at Public the Band.
Yeah.
So you can find us easier because at Public would be terrible.
Yeah. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, like everything.
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Everything is Public the Band, man. Yeah. We're Public the Band, and you've just been buzzed.
Splash is out now, making a splash on the charts, so please check it out. We still have more show to go with Bayardo De Murguia to talk about tiny pretty things. Don't go anywhere. Bayardo De Murguia stars in Tiny Pretty Things as Ramon, based on the hit young adult novel of the same name. He tells us all about how this was a very different role for him and what he did to prepare. Let's take a look.
Hey, this is Bayardo De Murguia, and I play Ramon on Netflix's original drama, Tiny Pretty Things.
That is not my choreography.
Ballet is no place for redemption.
You have only one thing to do. That is to dance better than anyone else.
I can find the tiny pretty things you love and tear their wings off. Normally, when you see me on TV, I'm the assassin or cartel guy that tries to kill the hero, and then I usually die all the time. And so with Ramon on this show, there is an intensity there. There is a huge passion. But I definitely got to dive into more of just like an immigrant upbringing, you know, having success in the artistic world and then pushing boundaries to get that success. And I just kind of, as an ex-football player, played a lot of sports. I basically took from all the coaches that I came across, you know, all the people that kind of inspired me along the way, and took from them and all the teachers, and then kind of took what I could from there and incorporated that into Ramon, which has been a lot of fun. So for me, besides kind of musical theater training that you do in college and kind of as you study acting, I didn't have this huge background in dance. My background came from fighting sports and boxing and contact sports and football. And so I was in tune with my body as far as movement, you know, but as far as a dance background, I didn't have a huge dance background. When I got to Toronto, we ended up training for about a month and a half prior to shooting. So what we did essentially was create a dance troupe. So all the actors got together. There's no dance doubles on the show. So it was us doing the dancing. So for a month and a half prior, we all got together. We had rehearsal, ballet class every day. I basically took part in what I could do. And then when I couldn't, I would observe. But it definitely was like the most flexible I've been. I was super sore. It was just a different type of training for my body. And then in addition to that, just so I can try to keep up with my castmates, because they all look great, I hit the boxing gym almost every day. I was doing a lot of F45. Just anything that I could do functional fitness to be able to move around, and then be strong enough to do the partnering in ballet where you lift and do stuff. But our resident choreographer taught me almost everything. And then I would shadow all the different choreographers that we had come in, because throughout the show, you see different pieces of dance and we had different A-list choreographers do them or work them. So I would shadow everybody as well. And it was just fascinating.
What was a more level of difficulty for you, learning a new dance routine or learning a new fight choreography?
Ooh, they're both very similar, man. They, the dance I mean, the intent is different, because in a fight scene, you have to have the intent of wanting to punish and kill someone. And so that in itself takes a lot of focus. I compared like the fight game, you know, when you learn how to box, you actually have to learn to keep your emotions in check, because if you fight with just anger, it's not going to work. And so sometimes when you act in a fight scene, you have to kind of do the same. You have to express those emotions, but then kind of keep the pot on top and be super technical with your other actor and all that. With the dance scenes, it was just a lot of focus on the technique and making sure things are in the right place. But also the relationship that you have with your dance partner. On the show, you see me partner with another actor or actress. And in that instance, you know, I'm lifting, I'm moving, and you just have to make sure that everything's on point, you know. And that's really tough, you know, as opposed to like throwing punches. With this, it's more stillness too, and keeping your body in a certain position. And that's very tough. So they're both equally as difficult, just in like different aspects.
If a ballerina falls hard and nobody's there to catch her, does she still make a sound?
Nevaeh, Chicago called.
They said they didn't want me.
Something changed their mind.
Shall we begin? Again from the top.
Welcome, our newest arrival, to the Archer School of Ballet.
Dancing in Cassie Shore's footsteps.
Who's Cassie Shore?
One-star student suffered a fateful misstep.
Misstep? She fell 4 stories.
We take the world that was created in the book, Tiny Pretty Things, and we up the stakes, you know. What you can expect from our kind of version, our adaptation, is that it's not only a story based in the dance world for the dance world. This is going to appeal to everybody. These are real characters in this cutthroat world of ballet, but they make decisions just like we do. They have secrets just like we all do. So who you love in the beginning, you probably won't like at the end. Who you like in the beginning, you probably won't like at the end. And Ramon kind of fits right in the middle. He does what he can to get the best out of his students, and it may bring the worst in you to get the best out of you, but I kind of fall right in the middle. So like, you're gonna love me, you're gonna hate me, and then you're gonna see all the characters kind of evolve as the season goes. And we all have secrets.
How the mighty fall.
Hi, my name is Bayardo De Murguia, and you've just been buzzed.
That's all we have. Tiny Pretty Things is out Monday on Netflix, so don't forget to check it out. Special thanks to Bayardo De Murguia, Kelianne Stankus, Dexter Darden, and Public. And also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and double tap us on Instagram, all at @buzz_access. The corona vaccine is on its way, which I'm very afraid of, but people, please wash your hands, wear a mask, and don't be rude. I'm Trey Rich. Love and light to you all.
How long will we keep pretending? Tell me what you want, 'cause it's what I want. When the morning comes, you're my splash of sun.
For more stories and extended clips, go to thebuzzallaccess.com. I'm Trey Rich, and you've just been buzzed.